Hello YouTube, welcome back to another video, and today we're going to be playing Highway Blossoms, as you clearly see because it's on your screen. If you smart enough to read, I don't know if you can read, but hopefully you can, because if you can't, that's a problem. And you probably shouldn't be watching this video. Today we're going to be playing this. It's a visual novel, just like Doki Doki Literature Club, but it isn't like it. It's a visual novel, which means like you'll see the things. And in this one, I don't have to read because there's voice acting apparently, which is the remastered version. That's why I decided to play it. And a friend suggested to me, and I never played it, but I've seen the trailer. By the way, I'll link the trailer in the description below. I forgot how to say it, but I remembered. Don't worry. And yeah, it's gonna be a new series on my channel. If you guys like it, just say in the comments, I guess. If you don't like it, then obviously see by no comments. Actually, just leave a comment that you don't like it. Whatever. My channel is very weird. Okay, let's continue. Let's start. God damn it, not continue. Achievement. That's nice. Very nice. The music and the cassette clicks to stop. I've listened to it so many times I've been memorized the placement of this static from the song's original broadcast. Okay, I need to speed that up. Preferences and text speed. Let's boost it up to 50. That'd be pretty good, right? Okay, yeah, let's go. I'm worried the deck might eventually eat the tape, but it never happened to him, so no matter how many times he played the damn thing, I'm not scared. It used to drive me crazy. Every day he played it over and over again. Sure, he would throw on something different after loops, but soon enough he'd switch back and cycle would repeat itself. Sometimes I think he would do it just to mess with me. I'd be in the back in bed, smothering a pillow over the head to block out the music. He just turned up it even louder, even during all-nighters. That's so like him. Even near the end, when he finally settled down, he was still pulling that kind of crap. By the way, if you don't know who we're apparently playing, I forgot, Amber. And yeah, that's what's her name. Yeah, if I watched the trailer, so I would know. And yeah, if you're as lost as I am, probably. Well, except for that part, because I know I'm Amber. But I don't know where I am, and we're gonna see soon, don't worry. I come home from school sometimes, and the police would be at the door because the entire block had called in the noise complaint. He said it was because he had hard hearing, but I don't know he did it, but he just rise out of the old grouches who live nearby. I think that his worst fear ending up with another bitter sack of bones, so he did everything in his power to be the exact opposite right up until the end. Of course, that meant I would always deal with my fallout. I can't imagine when the neighbors thought seeing a little girl go door to door apologizing because some old man decided it would be funny to put plastic flamingos all over their award-winning lawns. I couldn't help but smile just a little, even if it does hurt. I take a sip of our coffee outside it. Heat haze shimmers over the never-ending oceans of sand. By the way, that's Amber, apparently. So much desert. Even Roswell was just rock, sand, and a few shacks, all alien-themed, of course. Didn't see any UFOs, though. I'm not used to how dry everything is, even with the AC on high enough to rip off my elbows. I'm still all sweaty. Guess that's what happens when you laze around in a snowy Colorado for a decade. for a decade. Oh my god, I can't speak. In that regard, the desert is a nice change of scenery. I don't exactly hate it. New sights are nice, especially since the health didn't allow him to do a lot of traveling when I was a little girl. I could see myself getting used to this. Maybe in another 15 years when I have everything paid off. Damn it, Amber, snap out of it. You can worry about this later. This isn't your trip, so stop being so selfish. I push the eject button. I take out the tape and look it over probably for a 20-ish time today. The years worth of brown stains, greasy fingerprints all smudged all over it, making it feel grimy to touch. It still works like a charm though. There are many cassettes in the glove compartment, a mixture of mine and his, mostly his. I should just play one of those and get it over with. My hand gravitates towards the latch. It would be okay, right? No. I snatch my hand away from the latch and flip over the tape over. Once again, I find myself staring. With a sigh, I stick back into the deck. I reach toward the play button, taking another look to see if the road is still clear. Like always, Okay. Isn't... I slam on the brakes, their shrieking pierce my skull. A glance of the rear view mirror shows a girl cringing next to an ancient-looking car, covering her ears as I screech down the road. Making a U-turn of deliberately legally, I pull up near in front of her car, killing the motorhome engine. I hope, and I shield my eyes from the blazing New Mexico sun. Only now I realize how precious the AC really was. It doesn't take more than several steps before the girl comes bouncing up to me with a look of relief.
Oh my god, thank you! I was starting to think no one would ever stop.
Oh, nice voice acting. With each word she gets even closer, until we finally within a touchy distance of her smiling face now filling my entire field of view. Her bright autumn hair is done with a girlish side tail, glistening beneath specks of sweat standing out in the heat as made her round pale cheeks sun-kissed red, but she still looks put together like the desert would sooner melt her than do any real damage to her looks. I feel embarrassed to be in front of someone who dresses so cutely, her frilly green top and skirt putting my red t-shirt and khakis to shame. It all brought together by one thing, though. Her eyes, they're blue, vividly blue, deep and rich, complementing the traces of her misty perfume as she gets closer and closer. Too close, too close, too close. I scramble back and cough, trying to hide any awkwardness.
No problem.
Noise. What she's doing out here, driving through hell, is she even alone? I peer off into the plains of the side of the road, having seen a guy to pop up from the hiding place that some idiot has fallen into the trap. That idiot being me, of course. But much to be surprised, no one does. Instead, the girl continues to stare at me, smiling as she paints me away from me for my response. I glance behind her, focusing on the car.
Issue? Your car breakdown?
I think so, yeah. I was driving and I just kind of...
Stop.
Yeah.
She lowers her head and shave eyes fixated on her feet, fixing the dust around her.
I'm not much of a car buff, but I can take a look at it.
Her head pops back up and life returns to her eyes.
Oh, wow! Could you?
Yeah. Can't promise that I can do anything, but I can at least check it out.
That'd be great.
Alright. First things first, then.
This looks even older than my motorhome. It's probably a nice car upon a time, but with a dented grille, multiple scratches, and faded murky green look, it's hard to believe such a cute girl was driving it. I slide into the fabric seat and start the ignition. I don't know too much about this stuff works, just enough to keep the motorhome from giving out, and I can't imagine it's too significant of an issue. Probably just a dead battery or no gas. A single car passes by, cooling us off with a refreshing gust of wind sprinkled with dirt and sand.
Is something wrong?
Is this a joke?
Oh no. Did I break it?
No. It's just out of gas.
What? No way!
So idiotic. Okay, so we know she's the dumb one. Okay, we know that. Good to know.
Dad said I should have filled up before I left.
Is she for real? Why is this girl in the middle of nowhere by herself? As if trying to force all ideas in the center of her brain, the girl grabs her head and whines under her breath.
Ah, man, and I didn't charge my phone either. What am I gonna do?
I'd offer mine, but I never had a cell phone in my life. Well, that sucks. Seems like you have a pretty absent-minded to forget that, though. She whines once more and turns to me.
Hey, this might seem a little weird,
I know what's going. Oh no.
but could you take me somewhere nearby so I can get some gas?
And what do you know? She actually did it.
How long did you say you've been stuck out here?
I don't know. A few hours, maybe?
Wow. Actually, it's a long time. I genuinely feel bad.
I've been trying to wave down everyone who drives by, but you were the first to stop.
Hold on, everyone?
Yep.
This heat must have fried her brain. Does she have no idea how dangerous that is?
That's probably not a good idea, you know.
She cocks her head to the side and gives me a look of genuine curiosity, like it wasn't obvious or something.
Why?
Oh my god.
Well, you know. A cute young girl alone in the middle of the desert? It's just asking for trouble.
But you're a cute young girl alone in the middle of a desert?
What?
Combat takes me off guard and I turn away a little, avoiding eye contact.
Yeah, but that's different.
A smile returns to her face, the bright one that she showed me when I first pulled over. I'm still avoiding eye contact, but she leans over to the direction I'm looking and continues to
So,
smile.
do you think you can give me a ride?
I don't know.
Please! It shouldn't take very long.
This girl, it's like she didn't even listen to what I said. She's still better me than some psycho. Besides, it's not like a small detour will make me late or
I
anything.
guess it's fine. I'm not in too big of a rush anyway.
Before I even finish, she's springing off to the ground, bouncing to the motorhome.
Hey, wait!
But it's already far too late, as she somehow made her way into the motorhome before its owner even finding the time to give me a small wave from the passenger seat. I heave a heavy sigh, rubbing my temple as I climb back into the driver's seat. The key still dangling in the ignition, I wrench it around and the motorhome roars to life, forcing a surprising squeal out of a girl.
By the way, my name is Marina. Thank you so much for helping me out.
Amber, don't mention it.
Careful not to hit her car, I back the RV up, turn it around, sending us in the original direction. I reach for the play button on the cassette player, finally giving in to the temptation, but Maria starts up again.
Why aren't we going the other way? Wasn't there a station a little ways back?
It was more than a little ways back. I saw a sign a few miles ago that said there was a station not too far from here, so we're going there.
Oh wow, I didn't even see that. You're really observant.
Or you're just really oblivious. I'm sorry. Great mind thinks alike.
Not really.
Great minds think alike. Fuck. I cannot speak English. Not really. Oh, why did I read that? Silence falls between us, the roaring of the engine, swishing of the wind from outside being the only sounds. This is going to be really awkward if the audio doesn't work, because then you won't hear them talking. I take that as my cue, reach for the cassette player once more, finally give.
How do you even drive this thing? It's huge.
Maria spreads her arms out like an eagle, unflooring its wings, almost bobbing almost bopping me on the head in the process. I clear my throat and grab her arm out of the air, gently placing it on her
It's
lap.
not that bad. You get used to it.
She tilts her head to the side and gives me a light grunt as saying that's so, and we return to the silence of before. Again, I reach for the cassette player.
So what are you doing out here? Are you going camping? Seems like what you're doing is fun.
I take a deep breath and hold on as long as possible before letting go.
Just traveling. What about you? Why are you out here?
Oh, well, it's kinda silly.
She scratches her head and lets out an embarrassed laugh before staring at her feet. She quiets down and surprisingly stays quiet. Well, looks like that worked. I reach for the concealer one last time. I stop for a moment to look at the glove corner, and then Maria, who looks lost in thoughts. Finally, I press play. Something happened. A pleasant little chime greets me as I enter the store. Marina trails closely behind. The drive was quiet. After I turned the music on, turning the tables on her, asking what she was doing out there seemed to throw her off. could be important. I didn't mean to come off as cold as I did. It just seemed ages since I've had a conversation beyond accepting some half-hearted coincidences. Condolences. Wait, what? I'm no good English. Though, to be fair, I haven't really wanted to hold one. The guy behind the counter is busy ringing someone up, so I set out in search of a gas can. The store is one of those big mini-mart places made specifically for travelers. It's surprisingly clean for a place surrounded by sand. Every corner has an unnatural sanitary shine, accompanied by the scent of a citrus cleaning product.
They have cola flavor here.
I turn and find Maria clutching the slushy machine, her eyes wide like a cat, one tempted with yarn.
Don't most gas stations have it?
Well, yeah, you're not wrong. She shakes her head but doesn't take her eyes off the machine. What do you mean,
All
no?
the places back home only had cherry and raspberry. When we got sick of them, we just had to mix them together.
Oh, okay.
But
Maria finally turns to me wearing a face of pure
I
concrete
left my
sadness.
wallet in the car.
You know where this is going. It's the saddest thing I've ever seen. Just look at her, I can feel my heart. Wait a second.
How were you expecting to pay for the gas?
I don't know. I just remembered.
How did she last 5 minutes? How did she even last 5 minutes out in the desert?
Fine, I guess I'll pay for it.
Really?
Yeah. And grab yourself one of those slushies too.
Tell her to pay you back.
But
Amber.
make it a small one.
Her pure concreted sadness melted to pure concentrated happiness. I hate this word. Concentrated. Okay, that's
You're the
better.
best, Amber.
She grabs a cup and holds on the bottom until the slushy overflows and drips all down to the side. I was going to pay for gas anyway, but I'm hoping the drinks makes up for the drive over. Okay. I spot the gas can and with Maria happily sipping her drink, grab one and head for the counter. The guy at the register is still ringing up the same girl. Lines of flimsy bag lines the counter filled with a mixture of off-brand junk food and gardening tools. He scans the items as the girl digs through her wallet, her bandana-wrapped head pressing a phone against her shoulder.
Aren't you supposed to be the badass mechanic? What good are you if you're not?
She sweats out of a card, hands it to the cashier, more interested in staring at her nails than looking at him.
Who the hell would I know? Have the score check underneath if you're so curious.
On the other end of the line, I can hear faintest of squabbling. I can't make out anything they're saying, but the tone sounds a word more terrible than the girl's.
If it's that old, then I say do it. Cash is cash. It's not like anyone's gonna care. You better not take as long as last time, though. I'll be waiting for you slackers outside.
She slips her phone back into the crevices of her dangerously unzipped jumpsuit. With a little clothing she has underneath, looks like it's going to burst from the slightest movement. Not my type, especially with that personality, but it's hard for me to do anything other than stare. The attendant reached out with the bag help, but the girl snaps them away before he can. She shoots with a heated glare that burns straight through the man and into the wall behind him. Turning around, the girl looks at us a second before rolling her eyes, then marches out the door, the bags weighing her down as she nearly escaped the ground. Yeah, definitely not my type.
Good luck.
Marina and I set the can and nearly empty slushy on the counter.
Will that be all?
Yeah, sorry for more boring than that other girl.
The attendant hacks out a dry cackle and scans the gas can. He flicks his little old ponytail behind his shoulder and then rings up
Been a lot
Marina's
of
drinks.
folks passing through and stocking up the past few days. It's been a good change of pace. I'm guessing that's why you girls are here too.
Marina eases down towards the counter, laying herself tightly between me and the rack. Her head's creeping over to the slushy.
For what? I'm just heading out to California.
If I don't end up driving myself insane first.
You mean you don't know?
The attendant freezes, forgetting about the scanner in his hand. Blinding red light beams from it onto my chest.
About what?
Why, the treasure.
Oh, okay. Marina's hand stopped just shy of grabbing the cup.
Treasure?
Yeah, that's like my reaction too. The clear, clubby face morphs into a
You
grin.
telling me that you girls haven't heard of the treasure in the journal?
No.
I have.
I frown embarrassment. Looks at the floor again, her cheeks flushing red. I guess she's always just this forward.
Oh, well, I heard about it
Oh.
on the news.
I just realized Marina was doing that. She didn't want to tell us because it was embarrassing. I got it. I cracked the case.
It's kind of why I drove down here.
You see, I told you.
You drove out into the middle of the desert for treasure. Sorry, but you've lost me.
Not just any treasure, Missy. The miner's treasure.
He says it like that should clarify what he meant. I stare at him. He stares back. Rhea sips the last dregs of her slushy.
You honestly don't know.
Not a clue. Are you gonna change that?
A little feisty, ain't you?
Not really. Just have stuff to do.
Fair enough. A little while back, some folks were going through all the trash in their garage. As fate would have it, they came across an old journal. Turns out the thing belonged to their great uncle. Or maybe it was their great grandfather. I don't know. Some dead old man.
I cut him off with a cough of polite hint for him to either get on with it or quit yammering. Despite apparently knowing all this, Marina continues to stay focused with a rapt attention. Sometimes her drink makes that annoying slurping sound again.
Sorry. I'll try keeping it short. Anyway, after flipping through it, they found out that he'd struck it rich during the gold rush.
If he struck it rich, then wouldn't the family know about it? They'd have to be pretty well off, right?
Oh, I can answer that. He went back home to Missouri without any gold and told all his friends he hid it.
By now the slushy's all gone ready to try for one last sip, and I suck through the straw as air she peers down the cup and blows out a soul sigh.
No one believed him, though.
I raise an eyebrow. Even if this girl knows about it, then I must be more out of loop than I thought.
Well now, looks like Sister here has been doing her research.
Sister. They do not look alike. Okay. The 10 leads into the counter and smirks.
Story goes, he wanted to eventually move his family out west and dig his gold back up along the way, but kicked it before he could.
He slides his thumb along his neck and makes a cheesy sound effect to go with it. Marina giggles, but I keep staring.
The folks that found the journal ended up selling it to some hotshot publishing house. Now everyone wants to retrace his steps and find the treasure. Shipments have been selling like hotcakes. Just got ours last week.
He points out to a rack of identical books sitting at the door, sign hanging above the treasure of the desert, a miner's journey, take part of a new gold rush. Yeah, that's stick in people's hands.
And people are really buying into this?
Sure are. I've worked here for over 20 years, and never have I seen this many people passing through. Even the Banshee before you was here for some supplies and a journal.
Oh, sure, this is how I've ever seen one.
And where is this supposed treasure?
No one knows. It's all scattered around the desert. They say the journal has hints to its whereabouts.
Uh-huh. Marina, you said this is why you drove out here,
Yep, that's right.
but you don't really believe the treasure exists, do you?
Sure I do.
She pauses to think.
At least, I want to. But wouldn't it be super cool if there was treasure?
I just figured out the plot. Well, I figured out a while ago, but I just didn't mention it that, no, I guess we're gonna join them. I joined her. I don't think he's gonna join because he looks like he's busy.
Sure, it would be cool, but there's a good chance there isn't. And even if there were, do you know where to start looking?
No, not really. I never got that far. I don't even have a copy of the journal.
She lowers her head like she knows that there's a good chance what I'm saying is true.
But I have to try.
Her voice is soft and quiet, and then there's a fake glow of determination behind it, and it makes me feel ashamed for scalding. The idea that she dropped everything in treasure is insane. To her credit, she did a little research, but I canceled out by driving there without a full guess, thinking she wasn't prepared at all. The people who care about her must be worried sick. I barely even know her, and I'm worried.
Aw, don't be too hard on her, Missy. After all, who could resist a good treasure hunt?
I can. He looks over Ray and I gives a big gummy grin, courtesy of his missing teeth.
Ain't that right, sister?
She brings back with a smile of her own.
That's right.
Rolling my eyes, I reach into the bucket and pass some crumpled bills to the clerk.
Yeah, well, I'll believe it when I see it.
She shrugs and stuffs the cash in the register, though now I'm paying for the take and an empty cup. I pocket the change. I give a casual wave for the exit. That should be good enough, thank you. Maria follows, though a bit animated, waving around like a fan as she says goodbye.
And sister,
Yeah?
you go ahead and take one of them journals. Free of charge.
Nice guy, store clerk. I don't know his name. What would I name him? Let's not. Ray lights up a firecracker and bounces up and down like a child. She's like a child again. Let's call you Alan. I don't know why. Just Alan. Thanks. Good guy, Alan.
Oh, wow. Thanks, mister.
In one swift motion, she switched to one of the remaining ones, but racked so fast that I swear my eyes are skipping frames.
Hey, Amber, look. He gave me one for free.
Yeah, I see it.
Turn out of her chattering and all as we walk out to the parking lot so we can finally get the fuel. Very, very nice. Lieutenant shouts one last thing. His voice fades behind the glass of the closing
Look
door.
on your trip.
Thank you. There's where people are weird. Oh, I should have saved.
No way.
Ooh, good place to end it. Amra, right? Quick save complete. I guess we're gonna end it here, cause no way. Very, very intriguing. No, it isn't. I think we all know why. But you could drop in the comments if you would like to continue, and if you don't, then screw off. Okay, have a good day, and hopefully you enjoyed, because if you didn't, I feel bad. And yeah. That's it, right? Yeah? Okay. And cut.